Game Up Hard Hydration. It's like your favorite sports drink and your favorite seltzer got together, turned the clocks forward on flavor. Dave is going to give you that tail of the tape that you love so very much.
It comes in an 8-pack with 4 great flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. And guys, it's only 110 calories.
Dave had a comparison about former WWF champs that, I mean, I think our pick is going to be pretty straightforward, only because we didn't see a ton of the other wrestler. And Dave, why is Bob Backlund your pick?
Bob Backlund's one of the best wrestlers of all time. Doesn't get his due sometimes. I did this one because we don't always do a lot of 70s attractions and stuff like that. And Bruno was the late 60s, 70s, all 70s attraction, and Backlund was 70s, early 80s attraction before Hogan. These were the two major stars before Hulk Hogan. Yeah, if we're talking about, better wrestler overall, I got to give it to Backlund. And here's the thing. Neither one of these guys, especially at these periods, are overly flashy. Bruno's going to be a better brawler, no doubt, and he's going to have that heated comeback. But I got to give it to Bob at the end of the day. What would be more interesting, and I'd still give it to Bob, I think, with who would win a shoot fight between these two. Because Bruno, we all know, was incredibly strong, and that old school bare chested guy. There's stories about Bruno wrestling like a gorilla in a cage for a little bit and stuff, But Backlund was that guy that they would bring around if anyone was worried about any trouble going down. Like, Backlund could handle it. Very unassuming, but bad dude.
Yeah, if you talk to people older than us about wrestling, a lot of them up in this area will talk about Bruno Sammartino because he was such not only a fixture of WWF wrestling in the 70s, but also that Italian community. And then you go on to Bob Backlund, who, it's funny because Bob Backlund is like just before I was watching, but luckily we had the gift of the 90s later run of Backlund. And then there's a little more footage of older Backlund matches that we can go back and see. I love watching a good Backlund match. Sammartino was more a commentator, if anything, during the 80s.
Yes.
And I always thought he kind of sounded funny. I want to go back and watch some classic Bruno matches, but I mean, I've said it before. I'm such a Backlund fan. If you're a Backlund fan, highly recommend checking out his book. It really details his career well. It was how I found one of my favorite inspirational authors, Napoleon Hill, because he has a Napoleon Hill quote at the beginning of every chapter that just kind of puts it a little over the top for me for Backlund. If you haven't tried Game Up, then you are missing out. Imagine your favorite seltzer and your favorite sports drink had a baby, but it's way better than that. Each can is 110 calories, low carb, 4.9 ABV. It's a nice light drink that is not light on flavor. Game Up comes in fruit punch, orange, lemon, lime, and grape. Pick it up at drinkgameup.com or at your nearest liquor store.